All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're looking at a master's program that's really built for the future of business, one that brings together two of Europe's absolute top schools to create a totally new kind of leader.
First, we'll cover why a program like this is so desperately needed right now. Then, we'll check out the Powerhouse Alliance behind it, see exactly how you'll build your skills, look at the incredible careers it leads to, and finally, what it takes to join the next class.
So let's set the stage here. We are smack in the middle of a data revolution, and it's creating this massive, urgent need for a very specific kind of professional.
And this isn't some small skills gap we're talking about. The estimate is for several million new data scientists and analytics leaders just within the next decade. The scale of this demand is it's absolutely huge.
This quote from the program directors really gets to the heart of why this is happening. Data isn't just a technical thing anymore. It is the absolute core of how modern businesses make decisions, and it's what's driving pretty much all the change we see in society and the economy.
And here's the real kicker. The problem for companies isn't just finding people who can code. The real challenge is finding those rare individuals who can build a bridge, who can translate all that complex data into actual business value and a clear strategy.
So, you have this huge gap. How do you possibly fill it? Well, let's look at the solution these two schools came up with, because they saw this coming and built something specifically to tackle it. And this is the powerhouse duo behind the whole thing. On one side, you have ESSEC, a global leader in business education since way back in 1907. And on the other, CentraleSupélec, a pioneer in engineering and data since 1829. This is a true alliance, combining centuries of expertise in two totally essential fields.
The result of that alliance is the Master in Data Sciences and Business Analytics, and its entire mission is to create that hybrid leader, someone who has the deep technical chops of a data scientist, but also the strategic vision of a top executive.
And just a quick look at the key facts gives you a feel for how big this is. You get a degree from two world-famous schools, a curriculum that's truly a hybrid of business and engineering. You're learning in both France and Singapore. You get to choose from 7 different specializations, and you plug into an alumni network that's already over 1,500 strong.
Okay, so how does it actually work? Let's break down the journey of how the program takes students and turns them into these highly specialized leaders. It's all laid out as a clear 2-year path. That first year, M1, is all about building a rock-solid foundation with core courses in both data science and business analytics. Then, you've got an optional internship over the summer before you head into M2. That second year is where you really specialize, and it all wraps up with a mandatory 4-month internship to really launch your career.
And the specialization options are really impressive. I mean, no matter where you see yourself, finance, healthcare, marketing, consulting, there's a path designed to build that specific expertise. They even have a fully international track that's based in Singapore, if that's your goal. But what's really cool is that the learning isn't just stuck in a lecture hall. Students get to work on real projects with major partners like L'Oreal and Sanofi. They go on international trips to meet business leaders, compete in hackathons. It's all about taking that knowledge and applying it to solve actual real-world problems. So you go through all this intense training and get all this real-world experience. Where does that actually lead? Let's take a look at the career outcomes, because they're pretty amazing. Well, first off, the program's quality is recognized everywhere. It is ranked number 3 in the entire world for Masters in Business Analytics. And that kind of prestige, well, it opens a lot of doors. And you can see where graduates are in high demand. They're landing roles in the hottest sectors. A full half of them go into consulting and the IT industry, with a huge chunk also going into banking and finance. These are the industries that are shaping the future. And the career launch itself is just incredibly fast and global. Get this, 2/3 of graduates find a job in less than a month. A whopping 83% land an internationally focused role, and 40% of them end up working outside of their home country. This program is a serious launchpad onto the world stage. Now, a huge part of that success comes from the network. When you join this program, you don't just get access to one alumni community. You get 2. That's a combined global network of over 126,000 professionals. That is an unbelievable resource to have for your entire career. And this testimonial from a recent grad, it just sums it all up perfectly. She talks about that perfect hybrid balance, being able to master the technical side of things while also understanding the high-level strategy.
That is the magic combination that top employers are looking for.
And speaking of top employers, just look at this list of companies. From tech giants like Google, Amazon, and Microsoft to elite consulting firms like BCG and top banks like Goldman Sachs, these are the companies that are actively recruiting graduates from this program.
So, what does it take to join a cohort like this one? What kind of profile are they looking for? Let's take a look at a typical class. The program really thrives on its diversity of thought. The class is almost perfectly balanced between students from engineering and science backgrounds and those from economics and management. That blend is what creates such a dynamic and exciting learning environment. The class profile is truly global. The average age is about 23, and an incredible 81% of the students are international, representing around 20 different countries. And it's great to see that with 45% women, the program is really fostering balance in this critical field. So let's end right where we started. The world needs leaders who can look at the data, see the story, and use that story to drive strategy. This program was designed from the ground up to create them. So the only question left is, are you ready to become one?